What up, everybody? Welcome to the Pacific Revision, your favorite hockey podcast about the Pacific Division. Yes, I said it. I am one of your hosts, Miguel. Hi, hello, how are you guys? To my side over here is my co-host, Eric. Say hello, Eric. Prediction. I'm going to give you my prediction on this series going in.
Go ahead.
Because, I mean, this is my before any game happened.
Oilers in 6 or 5, like you're going to.
I had Oilers in 6 on my playoff NHL bracket. I had Oilers in 6. I wasn't like these idiots that thought Oilers were gonna sweep the Kings, because I knew going in, regardless of how Oilers play and regardless of how LA plays, I knew playoff quick can at minimum win you 2 games. I know he didn't do that in 2008, but he probably should have.
You mean 2018?
Yeah, 2018.
Although technically, he also did not do it in 2008.
He played good enough to do it in 2018, but you also had a goaltender on the other end that played just as well.
Again, Miguel, that series would never not piss me off, because Quick in that series had a better save percentage than he did in 2012 when the Kings won the first cup and he carried them there.
Yeah, again, at the end of the day, Quick is that guy. He is an elite goaltender despite his age, despite what people may think of his ability. When the moment comes, he steps up to the plate, and he did last night. And I knew he's good for 2 games. That's why I had Oilers in 6. I'm not like these idiots that thought Oilers would just sweep. Despite how hot,
instead of supporting your friend Eric here.
Despite I like to mess with you, but like in my heart of hearts, I knew Oilers are not sweeping the Kings. And what's it called? But yeah, I was like, despite how good Oilers are, at the end of the day, you had mentioned this, and it's came true last night. They still have Mike Smith. It does not matter that Mike Smith went 9-0 before the playoff series started. He is still Mike Smith.
Yeah.
Like, you called it, and you were right.
I did. Thank you. Like, look, let's be honest here. If you're putting all your eggs in the basket of Mike Smith, it's not good enough. I'm sorry. Like, he might beat us. The Oilers will still probably win the series. You're not going to go further than that. Let's be honest here. Like the Los Angeles Kings, like, I know this team is a team. Like, I know LA is a team. Like, throughout the injuries, having to figure out lineup stuff. The way this team looked at celebrated Dustin Brown last minute. Like, I know my team is a team. I don't know what kind of team the Edmonton Oilers are still. Like, if you look at the game, their scoring came from Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Kyle Yamamoto. All in their top 6. 2 of them on the power play.
Didn't 3 of your 4 goals come from the same line, though?
Yeah, but that's a good line.
I'm just saying, and I mean, Draisaitl and McDavid's a good line too, Eric.
Look, I will forever be impressed. Like, the second line for the Los Angeles Kings, like, yes, 3 goals came from that line. One of them came from.
Let's be honest. That's your first that's your first line.
The third goal was scored by Brendan Lemieux. He played 2 minutes and 48 seconds the entire game. You let Brendan Lemieux score, Mike Smith.
Did he bite anybody in those 2 minutes?
He did not.
Okay, that's good.
Maybe next game. Maybe I'll take a chop out of Cassidy. You never know. But yeah, man, I don't know. Philip Deneau. Holy shit. Like, that line, yeah, sure. You can call him the first line. You can call him whatever line you want. Phil Deneau, Trevor Moore, Alex Iafallo. Unfortunately, before the game, Victor Arvidsson, we don't know. He might come back next game. He'll probably most likely come back game 3. But this is not great news heading into game 1.
This is something that we'll talk about more in the off season when we have more time to get deep dive into certain things. But man, is Philip Deneau the best offenseman? Like,
let me tell you this. So last night, Phil Deneau played 8 minutes 46 seconds against McDavid or Draisaitl 5-on-5. They only got 1 shot on goal when they went up against Phil Deneau.
Last year, he shut down Austin Matthews in that line.
Yeah.
This year, so far, it's only 1 game. It is only 1 game. He's shutting down McDavid.
And you can't do that. Like he's still like McDavid had a highlight reel goal against us. Like that play with like under a minute left in the first period, like he just blew by everybody, and it's McDavid magic. Like it's funny. I had a buddy from Los Angeles who's not. I don't think he's watched too much hockey, but like he's like, "Oh, the Kings good now?" I was like, yeah. He's like, "How?" I was like, "Okay, here's what happened." I basically am giving the timeline. Like, "Oh, I thought they sucked last year." I was like, "Well, they did, but whatever." And he texted me like, "I remember you telling me about the best player in the world. It's 97, isn't it?" I was like, "Yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's him." He's like, "How could you know?" I was like, "He just moves better than anyone."
He sticks out. He legitimately sticks out. Like whether you like it or not, Connor McDavid is noticeable whenever he takes the ice. And even
Nicole next to me is like, "Who the fuck? What the fuck is up with 97?" I was like, it's funny because like even her like after that first goal that McDavid scored, she was like, "I can't even be mad at that. That was like fucking great." But McDavid's gonna McDavid. Like you can
I was gonna say McDavid's usually good for one of those per game. So
yeah.
You gotta watch out for that one and make sure he only gets the one.
Well, and that's the problem with the game and the Los Angeles Kings right now is the great equalizer, the power play. Oilers go 2 for 4, 50%. Kings go 0 for 4. Like you can't give McDavid and Draisaitl extra opportunities at scoring on you with an extra man on the ice. Like as good as the power play is for the Oilers, it's as bad for the Kings, and that's kind of the reason this game is close late in the third. I don't really agree with two of the calls that the refs had on the Kings. Like I think even currently, like as big and heavy as Draisaitl is, two of those times he went down really easy. But that's here, near, or there. Like if you're gonna, my always argument with the refs, and if you're counting on them to do their job well, you do not put yourself in those positions. Don't give the refs an opportunity to blow a play dead. Don't give them an opportunity to blow the whistle. Like whether you agree or disagree with a penalty call, it's the Kings have to do a better job of not putting themselves in those positions for those calls to be thrown.
Yeah, I agree. But as for the Oilers Kings go, I'm not ready to change my prediction. I will still stick with Oilers.
Oh, this series is long from over.
But I will say this, and you mentioned it earlier. It's only one game, but I think the one game proved Oilers are not making a deep run. They're just not.
I don't know. There's a lot of pressure on them. They don't
have the goaltending to make a deep run. And yeah, that was one game, but like Mike Smith is more known for this than he is his 9-0 runs. That's all I'll say. You know what I mean? So like,
and I'll end the series on this thing, and it felt even more true watching game one. The Oilers have to win this series. They have to. They have expectations.
Yeah, for sure.
They have the best player in the world. They have the last two Hart Trophy winners in McDavid and Draisaitl. The Edmonton Oilers have an opportunity not to fail, while the Kings have an opportunity to exceed expectations. And we'll see who's going to feel the pressure. Like it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams come out in game two. Like I fully expect the Oilers to go 100% speed and try to put this game away real quick in game two.